United are chasing a player nobody expected. Rio Ferdinand just put his neck on the line, publicly, on record, telling the world exactly what he thinks United are doing with their transfer budget. And if he's right, this summer just changed completely. But that's not even the wildest story today, because while Ferdinand was making predictions, United quietly opened talks on a player who just scored 4 goals at the World Cup. And then there's Vinicius Jr, one of the best players on the planet, contract running out. And United are one of only 5 clubs in the world realistically able to sign him. 5 stories, 1 summer, and everything is connected in a way most people haven't figured out yet. This is the red break. Let's get into it. We start with Tchouameni, because the dream is hitting a wall. And not a small wall, a triple wall. Reports from the Daily Mail confirm United face 3 massive stumbling blocks in their pursuit of the Real Madrid midfielder. Stumbling block 1, the fee. Real Madrid value Tchouameni at around £87 million. That's already a stretch for a club that just walked away from Fernandes over £15 million. Stumbling block 2, the wages. Tchouameni earns approximately £205,000 a week at Real Madrid. Romano has been crystal clear. The only way this deal opens up is if Tchouameni agrees to a significantly lower salary package. That conversation is not currently happening. So not only does United need Madrid to sell, they need the player to take a pay cut too. But stumbling block 3 is the biggest one of all. Jose Mourinho. The special one is back, managing Real Madrid, and he does not want to sell Tchouameni. A manager who built his entire career on controlling midfields, and you're asking him to let one of his best ones walk out the door? Good luck with that. So 3 walls: fee, wages, manager. And yet, Rio Ferdinand is still convinced United are saving their money for this exact player. Ferdinand went public this week and said, and I'm paraphrasing here, that United are holding their budget back, letting other targets slip on purpose, because they're waiting on one man, Tchouameni. His words? If he becomes available, Man United are not going to miss. That's a huge statement from someone who knows this club inside out. Is Ferdinand right? Is INEOS genuinely playing the long game here, staying patient while rivals panic, specifically for this player? Maybe. But right now, the door is barely open, and United need all 3 of those stumbling blocks to move at the same time before anything can happen. Keep that in mind, because the next story tells you exactly what United are doing while they wait. Now here's the one that genuinely shocked me when it landed. Ismaila Sarr. TEAMtalk can exclusively reveal that United have already opened talks with Sarr's agent, Crystal Palace's forward, the man who just had the tournament of his life at the World Cup. 4 goals, 1 assist, named one of the standout attackers of the entire competition. And he's been on United's radar since before the World Cup even started. That's the detail most people have completely missed. This wasn't a reaction to his performances in North America. United were watching him last season. Conference League Player of the Season at Palace. 20 goals in all competitions. The World Cup just accelerated everything. So what makes Sarr so attractive to United specifically? Versatility. He can play wide left, wide right, and he's just demonstrated at the World Cup that he can operate through the middle as a central striker too. United need attacking cover across multiple positions. Sarr solves that in one signing. But here's where Crystal Palace play hardball. They signed Sarr for less than £15 million back in 2024. And now, they want more than triple that investment back. We're talking a fee north of £50 million before Crystal Palace even consider listening seriously. Oh, and Juventus are also watching. So it's not just United circling this one. But here's the thing, Xerxes is leaving. Rashford's future is still complicated. United need attacking options this summer. And Sarr, coming off the best form of his career at 28 years old, ticks boxes that very few players available right now actually tick. This one is moving, and it could move fast. But what about the player reportedly above Sarr on the wish list right now? Vinicius Jr. Yes, that Vinicius Jr. Reports from Spain reveal that United are one of only 5 clubs in the world realistically capable of signing him if he decides to leave Real Madrid. The 5? Arsenal, Liverpool, Manchester City, Bayern Munich, and United. Let that sink in for a second. Out of every club on earth, United are in a shortlist of 5 for one of the most exciting players alive. Here's the situation. Vinicius has 1 year left on his Real Madrid contract after this summer. His own agent reportedly told him not to renew, to wait it out, maximize his value, and force Madrid into a decision. But here's the twist inside that story. His entourage is split. Different people in his camp are telling him completely different things. Some say stay, some say go. The player himself is caught in the middle of it all. And United? TEAMtalk's Graham Bailey revealed back in April that intermediaries had already made contact with United about a potential deal. That's not speculation. That's a fact reported by a trusted source months ago, before the World Cup, before the contract noise got louder. Now here's the reality check. Vinicius Jr. commands wages that would dwarf almost anyone at Old Trafford right now. A transfer fee, if Madrid demand one, could be astronomical. And Mourinho, yes, Mourinho again, reportedly views Vinicius as central to his project at the Bernabeu. So is this realistic right now? Probably not. But is it possible if Mourinho loses the dressing room or Madrid decide to cash in while they still can? Absolutely. And United are positioned to move if the door opens. Keep that name filed away at the back of your mind. Now let's talk about a name that's completely different in profile and possibly more realistic than anything else we've discussed today. Ayyoub Bouaddi, Lille's teenage midfielder. And according to Ben Jacobs, one of the most reliable journalists in the transfer market, United are genuinely interested. Here's how the deal would work. Lille are prepared to sell, but they have a strong preference for a 2027 deal rather than an immediate one. The price for clubs wanting him now? 100 million euros. Yes. You heard that right. But, and this is the critical detail, the fee drops significantly for clubs willing to agree a loan-back arrangement or a pre-agreement for next year instead. So United could essentially secure one of the most exciting young midfielders in European football right now at a fraction of that headline price by simply agreeing to wait 12 months. Think about the logic from INEOS's perspective. You secure the player, you avoid the huge fee up front, you give him another year of development in League One, and then he arrives at Old Trafford at exactly the right time. Patient, structured, smart. Sound familiar? Because it's exactly the same approach they used with Cristian Orozco, the Colombian teenager who just landed in Manchester this week. The pattern is becoming clear. United are not just shopping for this season, they're building a squad for 3 years from now, at the same time as fighting fires today. And that brings us to the story that ties everything together, Marcus Rashford. Because just when you thought you had this one figured out, everything changed again. TEAMtalk's Graham Bailey has reported that Rashford has made a complete U-turn. The player who wanted out, the player whose wages were becoming unsustainable, the player being pushed toward Arsenal, Chelsea, Tottenham, he's now ready to come back, ready to reintegrate into the United first team squad, ready to play under Carrick, ready to make it work. What caused the change? The circumstances, essentially. Barcelona decided against signing him permanently. They want another loan instead. United said no to that. And with no permanent exit materializing, Rashford has made his peace with returning. But here's the nuance that matters. United's preference is still to sell him permanently. That has not changed. Director of Football Jason Wilcox has a clear reintegration plan ready if needed, but it's a contingency, not a first choice. So where does this leave the attack? Because Rashford coming back changes the maths on a forward signing. If he stays, do you still spend heavily on Sarr? Do you still push for a wide attacker when you suddenly have Rashford, Ahmad and Dorgu all available? And here's where the Vinicius connection loops back. If Rashford does leave permanently this summer, and the preference is still for that to happen, United's attacking budget suddenly opens up in a way that makes bolder moves possible. Sarr becomes more urgent. The Vinicius conversation becomes more viable. And suddenly, the summer looks very different from what it did a week ago. One player's decision, multiple consequences, everything connected. So let's bring it all together. Tchouameni, the dream. 3 stumbling blocks standing in the way. Fee, wages, and Mourinho. Ferdinand betting United are waiting specifically for this one. Sarr, the exclusive. United in talks with his agent already. World Cup form only accelerating the move. Palace demanding triple what they paid. Juve watching from the background. Vinicius, the wild card. One of 5 realistic clubs. Agent chaos, contract running down, and prior contact already made months ago. Bouaddi, the long game. 100 million now, or patience for a much smarter deal in 2027. United interested, Lille prepared to listen. Rashford, the U-turn. Coming back if no permanent sale happens. United still preferring an exit, but preparing for both outcomes. 5 stories, one common thread. A club that is rebuilding on every front, at every level, on every timeline, simultaneously. This summer is not falling apart. It's being built brick by brick. Some of it visible, a lot of it still hidden. And when it all comes together, this squad could look very different by August. So what do you think? Is Ferdinand right? Is United holding its budget specifically for Tchouameni? Should they move fast on Sarr before Juventus steal him? And is a Vinicius Jr deal even remotely possible from where things stand today? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more Manchester United updates here on RedBreak. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.